Some talk, about Ebuka, Okorie. And what's so funny is I just thought about this and I didn't really think about making a video on this exact topic, but it made me think about it. And I'm like, wow, ain't nothing really happening in the Piston world right now. I'm like, it's real quiet on the rumor front other than like some Jalen Durning Hurst. I talked about Sasser and all that. But what really made me think about this was somebody on Facebook was saying, well, they drafted Ebuka Okorie. He ain't gonna play. Will Ebuka Okorie play for the Detroit Pistons this season? Will he be in the rotation? Maybe reasons he won't be in the rotation is because, and check out Detroit Pistons Talk playlist, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Maybe one of the reasons he won't be in rotation is because he just turned 19 April 10th. Man, time is flying by, right? It really is. But I'm just thinking, and obviously the roster is not complete. I hate this light. The roster is not complete, okay? So, you still got Karis LeVert on the roster. He ain't been in no trade rumors. He on an expiring contract. So I'm just thinking, they don't believe in Ron Hollins. He don't really get no consistent PT, especially in the playoffs. I'm like, could he crack it? Because, last year Wu was able to get in that rotation a lot. Karis LeVert was in and out the rotation. They really couldn't find no consistent minutes for Kevin Huerter coming in the middle of the season. Had a hard time integrating Jaden Ivey. So when you look at the roster, just off the top of my dome, who are you really looking at? That's a great question. Who are you really looking at to really him and Dennis Jenkins in the backcourt? Okay, cool. You got Karis LeVert, Paul, and maybe Ron Hollins coming off the bench with them. Maybe I'm missing somebody. Wu. You got Joe Ball. Isaiah Joe. Right now, he's probably penciled in as the starter until something happened with Norman Powell or whatever happened there. So, to be honest with you, the Pistons have been, historically, they've been, kind of, since the turn of the century, they kind of been like, even if you're a 4-year starter for Tubby Smith, like at Kentucky, like Tayshaun Prince, you had to sit in the deep freezer. They just feel like they just really didn't have time at developing. And a lot of the guys that they drafted, whether you brought Donovan Mitchell here or Devin Booker, did you trust the Pistons to develop them and they produce here? That's a great question. That's a fantastic question. Can you develop them here and they can produce here? Aaron Aflalo kind of produced a little bit here, but produced elsewhere. Chris Middleton and Spencer Dinwiddie sat at the end of the bench. They developed here, but produced elsewhere. You catch what I'm saying? So at what point, and then the rookies they forced to play, from my recollection, Kyle Slinger, Killian Hayes, they just never had it. They never had it. So my thing would be allow the kid to play. Why not? Allow that kid to come in and itch out 10 to 20 minutes a night. You know what I'm saying? Allow him to play. Don't wait till somebody get injured or we decimated or somebody on low, man. Let the boy get in the rotation. Let him figure it out. Because right now, even in that second rotation, let's just say it is what it is right now. They bring back Tobias. They don't get Norman Powell. This is their roster. Isaiah Joe going to be starting with Cade. He going to be starting with Cade. So why not allow the boy Okorie and Dennis Jenkins to do their thing? Well, CJ, they such a small back. They'll figure it out. Defensively, ball handling responsibilities. Defensively, they long. He got a 6'8" wingspan. Jenkins can defend big. They will figure it out. Allow them to attack. You know, allow them to form some type of bond. Don't let this kid sit on the bench. Let him play. Let him play. And my thing, the same thing for Ron. You ain't gonna play him, trade him. But to be honest with you, they can't afford to go. They can't afford to go in with this roster. Even if they were to get Norman Powell, you gave up Isaiah Stewart, and you ain't really got nothing major to show for it. They can't afford to do that. But as much as they slow stroking this process, that let you know they probably really exhausting all their options, you know. But Okorie, he gotta play. They gotta put him into the rotation. They gotta play him. They gotta play him. You know, I ain't saying you gotta start him, but he gotta have a consistent role. You know, I remember Deion Sanders said this. He said, "Man, you don't learn sitting on the bench in the NFL. You learn by playing. If you ain't ready right now, you ain't gonna never be ready." So yeah, they need to play him. That's the hill that that's the one I'm at. Play him. God, heart, diggity, darn it. Lazy ass Americans. Let me get a parking spot because I don't want to fucking walk. Let me open my door so can't nobody park next to me. Ugh. I'm really tired of Michigan. I'm gonna be real. I really am. I love Michigan, but I'm tired of it. But that's my opinion on him. He'll play him. Now, will he play? No, that's another question. Knowing this organization, let's say they do get Norman Powell, you know, I mean, he probably ain't gonna play. He probably ain't gonna play. No matter what he do in camp, he probably ain't gonna play. But I'm just of the belief, man, play, integrate them, bro. You can't have all these young guys, you know, and not play them. Play them. Play them. You got shot creation problems. Yeah, I mean, if you bring in Norman Powell, you know, you alleviate, but just one more shot creator is just not enough. I hate to say that one more shot creator is not enough. No, when you look at New York, you know, really Bronson, Cat, you know, McHale can get a shot, you know, OG kind of can get it. I guess. I mean, I just think the Pistons need, you know, it'd be nice to have a guy like Powell or Levine, a guy like a Trey Murphy who can get kind of, you know, more of a spot up shoot, but he can get his own shot. Cade and Okorie, who all can get their shots off the bench. But I mean, we'll see. They can still be gunning for Hero. They can, but in general, if Isaiah Joe is the starter in that lineup, and you gotta play him. But that's just my opinion on it. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Check out the Short Piston Talk playlist. Peace.